Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today on this very joyous part of our program. Every second year, Plain presents our two official Plain Language Awards, the Cheryl Stevens Innovation Award and the Christine Mowat Plain Language Achievement Award. And it is my honor as Plain's president to present the awards and chair this award ceremony. The Cheryl Stevens Award was established in 2017 to recognize the contribution of a member of Plain and to honor one of its co-founders, Cheryl Stevens, and her outstanding achievements in innovation for Plain language on behalf of the whole community. This year, we present this award for the third time. The physical award is a glass trophy and a token of our appreciation in the form of tickets to this conference. The award is generously sponsored by the SquidSwap organization, founded and directed by CEO Melissa Kargianakis. Plain presents the Cheryl Stevens Innovation Award to honor a person or an organization whose plain language activities have brought significant benefit to the community through one or more of the four following areas. Technology, by extending the scope and influence of plain language internationally. Advocacy, by extending the scope and influence of plain language. Research, by strengthening the knowledge base of plain language. Or professional development, by helping to develop the skills of plain language practitioners and the institutions supporting them. This year, we present the Cheryl Stevens Innovation Award to an initiative championed by a pioneer in plain language. The winner meets all of the four criteria, as it has developed an online plain language program with courses which cover a wide range of needs in plain language training. The courses reflect the true process of plain language work from start to finish. The core courses are designed to introduce plain language to communication practitioners in any field, and the advanced courses are designed to take practitioners to a deeper level of plain language in specific areas. This year's winner started out by delivering courses in English and was originally launched by Cheryl Stevens and Kate Harrison Whiteside, both co-founders of Plain. The program was inspired by the vacuum that existed in plain language training in the early 2000s. In the past 5 years, Kate has carried the torch and called on an international team of experts to launch a multilingual program. Last year, during the height of the pandemic, Kate and her team planned the first coordinated multilingual courses in plain language. These courses are launched this year and will be aligned with the upcoming ISO standard on plain language principles. The team will start courses in French under the direction of Chantal Audet and Amélie Bourret, in Spanish under the direction of Romina Marazzato Sparano, and new offerings in English from South Africa with Sarah Slabbert and Nadia Green. We know from Plain's recent member survey that this initiative meets a well-identified need in the professional development of plain language practitioners. It is my great honor and pleasure to present the Cheryl Stevens Innovation Award 2021 to the Plain Language Academies for establishing their multilingual courses in plain language. And I'd like to invite Kate Harrison Whiteside in here with me. Are you here, Kate?
Yes, I am, Margareta. Thank you so much.
Lovely to see you, and thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations.
Oh, thank you, and thanks to Plain for choosing us, because we were just so excited about this. And to Cheryl Stevens for keeping innovation on all our agendas.
That is so true. And I would like you to tell me a little bit about your innovative development. Why are you and your colleagues doing this, and why now?
I think one of the reasons behind why we're doing it was just this following on the wave of developments that were coming in plain language in terms of enhanced research, new ideas into what is required to achieve plain language, and technology and the developments there, and the importance of accessibility and using technology, and developments like the ISO, which I'm really, really excited about. And just the global perspective that's come to plain language and how we're seeing it, embraced in countries around the world. We can tell by the membership in Plain. So that's kind of the wave that got us on it. But, it's really also the team. I have a fantastic team working with me now. Most of the people I haven't met because of COVID, and we haven't been together. So a lot of it's been done virtually. So thank goodness for the technology. And just supporters, which has always kept me in the plain language community. Just everybody giving ideas and sharing tips and giving us some guidance, and the students, which also come from around the world and give us feedback on what they need. So we're just kind of riding that wave of change that's happening in the plain language community and trying to greet it by continually developing advanced courses that meet new topics, and there'll be new ones coming on. But the team, particularly the new academies under Chantal and I mean, they're leaders, and they found a huge gap in French language plain language training, and Romina is just so motivated to broaden the courses out into the Spanish language community globally. So I feel really lucky to have connected with them and with Sarah and Nadia in South Africa, because that's again a unique opportunity for us that we really want to dive into. And I just think that the issues that came out of the COVID pandemic over the last year about communications have been phenomenal, and we cannot ignore them. And I think as plain language practitioners, we have a massive role to play. Communications is just so important, and getting facts out to people so they can make, informed decisions is critical. And I think plain language is the glue that can hold all that together. So I think the pandemic may calm down, but I think the need for plain communication is only going to increase. So I want to, I want to just say I'm so thrilled to be in a community that's forward-thinking, that's supportive, that just keeps growing, because I think that is just what's going to keep us growing as an academy, as a group of academies. So, and that for me is really exciting to see that happen, to the new languages to come online. So we're just starting. Who knows what it'll look like next year at this time, but thank you again so much. And thank you to the team, my supporters and students. It's fantastic.
Well, thank you to you and Cheryl for always continuing to be forward thinking and for sharing your knowledge. Your initiative, the program, is so well aligned with Plain's goal of becoming increasingly international and spreading plain language practice and knowledge to new parts of the world, to new language areas. I know there is a streaking demand for plain language courses in other languages than English. So I'm really, really happy for your initiative, and I'm looking forward to see it grow and thrive and be of benefit to a lot of people throughout the globe. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you very much, Margaretha. I'm very, very pleased and very proud of everyone.
That's lovely. I love my job today. It's really a fantastic moment to present these awards.
Thank you.
We will move on to the second award to present today, and that is the Christine Mowat Plain Language Achievement Award. This award recognizes an outstanding contribution to advancing plain language, and the award is in honor of Christine Mowat, who is past president of Plain and a true pioneer and a grand lady of plain language worldwide. To my knowledge, it is the sixth time that we present the Christine Mowat Award in its present form. I would like to take this opportunity to remember the first person to receive it, and that is Barbro Ehrenberg Sundin. Barbro, she sadly passed away just 3 weeks ago, and we thank her for her long-lasting and long-standing contributions to our field. The Christine Mowat Award is intended for a person or an organization who has significantly advanced plain language as a profession throughout their work and represented the profession of plain language with the highest integrity and skills. This year's winner has demonstrated expertise in several of the qualifying fields for this award, in particular successful leadership in public plain language projects, developing and presenting plain language training, and editing documents into plain language. Health literacy is one of the front lines in the campaign for plain language, as Kate recently commented on, and this organization has achieved what plain language is meant to achieve, and that is delivering clear information to those who need it most, namely delivering health information to people with literacy and language challenges in order to improve their health outcomes. The not-for-profit organization, they have created a plain language community among health professionals across a broad range of practices, and they have introduced a number of innovations into their training strategy. As the pandemic has unfolded, they have had to innovate further to change their method of delivering training. And they have made a significant contribution to the Victoria State Government's efforts to combat the spread of COVID-19 by developing messaging and information products. Health practitioners continue to ask them for document editing in other services, often on topics like domestic violence, drug and alcohol dependence, and mental health. Their skills are sought after by many health services in their area, and the organization is seen as the go-to organization for plain language editing and training. So, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to announce that the winner of the 2021 Christine Mowat Award is Enliven Victoria. And I think we have with us the Executive Director of Enliven, Rob McIndoe. Congratulations on the award, Rob.
Thank you so much, Margareta. And look, firstly, may I congratulate Kate and the Plain Language Academy for their achievements in winning the Cheryl Stevens Innovation Award. Fantastic effort. Enliven Victoria is thrilled to accept this award, for which we're both proud and humbled. This is the first time we've been nominated for a Plain Language Award, and our small team are honoured to be recognised in this way, especially from an international peer perspective. While this work is very much a team effort, I'd like to particularly note the work of team members Chingia Theobald, Emily Harris and Natalie Ward, who are also voluntarily participating in the IPLF working groups for the implementation of the Plain Language ISO standards at very odd hours Australian time. As Margareta said, Enliven Victoria is a small not-for-profit charity operating in Melbourne, southeast in the state of Victoria, Australia. We have a particular interest in working with vulnerable communities around a range of social health issues alongside our service partners. Over 60% of Australians have low health literacy, and our catchment has significantly high rates of socio-economic disadvantage, early school leavers, and is one of the most culturally diverse communities in Australia, including a large number of refugees and people seeking asylum. As indicated, our plain language work has significantly accelerated over the past 12 months as a result of essential messaging linked to the COVID-19 pandemic and the messaging that's given out not being particularly effective with many of the communities we engage with. Our focus has also shifted as we recognise that some of the most vulnerable groups may not be literate in their own native language written word. The use of plain language tools and document conversion, including use of visual graphical cues, has been welcomed as a significant aid to the various support agency team members and practitioners who have helped communicate with their community stakeholders. This is extended to address both the formal messaging required around social distancing, infection control, changed clinical models, and requirements of community lockdowns, right through to promoting healthy lifestyle, physical activity, and good mental health strategies. We place a strong emphasis on the co-design principles and proactively seek input from targeted communities, as well as testing the resources with community members as they're being developed. Enliven Victoria has been able to modify and customise these messages and the resources supporting them for other communities and geographic areas as requested, recognising a one-size-all approach does not work. Our current work is increasingly focused on messaging to counter misinformation and community angst about the rollout of the COVID vaccine program, as well as positive messages to support the recovery phase of the pandemic. In addition to production of resources, Enliven Victoria is developing health literacy and plain language training programs targeting a variety of environments, but primarily in the health and community service sector. Underpinning the training, we promote plain language in the written and spoken word, encouraging clinicians who participate to use techniques which continually check on client understanding. This work is now extending to online formats as well, which is not something we envisaged 18 months ago, and we'll definitely be in contact with Kate and her team to learn from her innovative work in this space. We greatly value our collegiate relationships and the opportunity to share at an international level, and look forward to further engaging and sharing with members of the Plain Language Association International moving forward. Thank you again for this great honour and recognition.
Well, thank you, Rob, for explaining a little bit about how you work. It must be a truly rewarding work you are doing, and you surely help a lot of people to a better existence. I wish we had a company like yours in Norway where I live, because the problems are the same, the challenges are the same all over. I'd like to thank you both again for joining us, congratulating you and your teams. I know you have a wide range of colleagues behind you and around you, and encourage you in your future plain language work. And then I'd like to thank everyone who has been watching this for joining us today. Thank you and have a nice day.